So, you have any? You want to start with something? You said your college song or something. You were saying.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, please
We
go
have
ahead.
our protocol, and
Yes,
we are
please
going
go on.
according to those protocols.
Fine, fine.
Thank you,
Please,
ma'am.
please go ahead. Oh.
Good morning, everyone. So now I want to start this session, and I want to like to call our secretary, who will introduce our ma'am, the guest speaker, and who will start the meeting. Isha, hand over to you. Isha, are you there?
Jai Hind. Myself, Isha Purvesh Patel, Secretary of NSS Unit B26, presenting the guest speaker today, Miss Radhika Kripa, an author of a book on the Vaishnava teachings in Sikhism that has been translated into 5 languages, including in Pakistan, Sindh, and Urdu. An international preacher, she has given talks in Australia, Canada, Thailand, Japan, Pakistan, and the UK. She has been preaching for extremely sorry. She has been preaching for past 24 years and more. Thank you so much. I would hand over the mic to Mr. Rajesh Bombay, sir.
Yes, students, National Service Scheme B26, conducting various awareness program for the student of our college. And mental awareness program is one of the many programs we are conducting for our students. According to university guidelines, it is a compulsory to conduct mental awareness program for our student after COVID pandemic. And we are very fortunate that we got a speaker like Radhika Kripa Devidasi ma'am for our speech. And I am very much excited to learn many things from our speaker. And thank you, madam, for accepting our invitation. And we are very eager to listen to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank
Over
you.
to Isha. Over to Isha.
Yes.
Isha, yes.
Yes, sir. We would further ask our guest speaker to start with the session.
So thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me. It's my pleasure. It's an honor to be among the students, the generation that is going to take over from us, the generation that will take over from me and from others. So you are the future of the nation. You are the future of our country. So you are the future who is going to build such strong future we want, such strong foundation we want from you all. So I am really very honored and it's my pleasure to be among you. And as I just heard, after the COVID, this is very actually needed for us to have our mind, very in a position that is very calm and composed and very serene, that we want, that हमारे मन को शांति मिले. I think so. I'll be speaking both in Hindi and English. I should switch over or just English?
Ma'am, English.
English is preferred because
medium of instruction is English.
Yeah, okay. Everybody can understand that. That's right. So, actually, after COVID, it's very much needed. And we have been living in fear. Actually, all of us, everybody, all over the world, not only you, I, all over the world, people were living in fear. A lot of fear was enveloping everybody's mind. And now, as the situation is improving, as the COVID is gone, still the fear remains. Fear always remains in our mind. So yesterday I was giving a discourse on worry, what worry is exactly. So we have been living in fear is nothing, it's worry, concern, worry. Concern is a better word for worry. Concern is a better positive word, but worry is a very negative word. It brings a lot of negative energy in us. And we have been living in worry. So mental awareness, mental health is a big issue. It's all over the world. Even the UN is saying that mental health is a big issue now. It has to be really cope up with, and we have to actually give these instructions to all. Our mind, we have to give. The mental means giving instructions to our own mind, coaching our own mind, because mind is our enemy. Even the Bhagavad-Gita, being the scripture from India, the topmost scripture we can say, that talks about a lot about management sutras, talk about a lot of stress, a lot of anger. It talks about lots of topics. So Krishna speaks about mind also. He tells about how to conquer the mind. As I said yesterday, I was talking about worry. So I made an acronym. It was the W stands for waste of time. When we worry a lot, we are going to waste a lot of time because worry is not going to bring any result. Unnecessarily, if we worry, nothing will come out. The first thing is it's actually a waste of time. Then O stands for overthinking, overburdening yourself. So now as the corona is gone, let's be positive. It's going away. Whether it goes or not, it's secondary. But training our mind is more important. So O stands overthinking. Don't overthink yourself. Don't overburden with your thinking. You have a focus in life. You have a goal in life that you have to study well. You have to come to the expectations of your teachers, of your parents, of the nation. You are the future of the nation. So we have to focus on that rather than overburdening ourselves with other things like I'm talking about as I said, the pandemic or the other things, even the other distractions. So let's not go into those distractions also. Let's just focus what is good for us and what is good for our mental health. So O stands for, another word I have taken out. O stands even omitting the Supreme Lord from our dictionary, Don't omit. Don't ever think that there is no God. There is a God. There is a superpower that is handling everything. Even the Science failed at the moment, right, during the corona times, though it has come up with a solution right now. But that solution is actually, they are still doubtful whether it's handling well or not. It's a secondary issue. But yet, we have seen there is the supreme power that will help us, and that's the Supreme Lord. So don't ever omit the Supreme Lord from your dictionary. Then R stands for restlessness. Don't be restless. So don't let your mind be restless at any time. Krishna knew it. He is actually instructing Arjuna. Your college song is very beautiful. I was just going through it in Sanskrit. It's beautiful. If you go through the meaning of that song, you would understand that how important your life is, what you should be speaking. Satya vadami. So satya bolna hai. We have to speak the truth. Even the Krishna says that in Bhagavad-Gita. Speak the truth. He gave the moral values to us. He talks about the demonic and divine qualities. And he says, imbibe those divine qualities, and how those divine qualities will come into us. Honesty, humility, helpful, be helpful to others, tolerance, patience. These are some things that we really need in this world to calm our mind. A calm and a composed mind will be a house to all these moral values. And we all need them in this need of our, we need them. Desperately, we need them. It's not just that we want to always be, we always party around. Of course, when we are around with our family and friends, we can party sometimes. But the main is the main thing is our own character, our personality groom, how we groom our personality, how we develop our personality. That's more important. And these qualities are actually needed. It's not just I'm talking about the moral values like a small child, you would say, oh, I'll be speaking the truth, I will be very nice to others. Of course. But these divine qualities, Krishna says that, these are very divine qualities. Every child must endeavor, every student must endeavor, every person must endeavor for these qualities. So he talks about mind. The second R, I would first finish this acronym. The second R stands for remorse. Don't be sorrow. Don't regret anything. That has gone, the past is gone. Don't harp over that. Don't regret, oh, I missed so much, I missed that study, I missed those. Don't regret. Take the future. And the future is actually, future building depends upon your present. How you take your present. So present has to be taken very nicely for your future to be very strong. So you are looking for a very strong future in your life. So you have to take the present very nicely. So the present is, you have to focus on your mind and your mental health, on how you can coach your mind, how can you make your mind very peaceful, how can your mind be happy, how can your mind be satisfied. That's important in life. And then the worry, the why. Why stands for, if you worry a lot, why means it will yield no result. Just mute all.
Please mute yourselves. Everybody, please mute it.
Yeah, thank you. So we have to be very, very particular for our mind. So why is yield no result? Worry will bring no results. So now we have to build something constructive, So Krishna talks about this. He says, Nastir buddhir yuktasya na cha yuktasya bhavana na chavatara shantira shantasya kuta sukham. We all are looking for shanti, peace, happiness. So how would that come? A peace and happiness comes to a mind that is mind free of fear, the mind that is free of anxiety. Peace and happiness would be there. But we all want peace and happiness. At the end of the day, we all are looking, whether we are engineers, whether we are doctors, whether we are lawyers, whether we are teachers, whosoever we are, we all want peace and happiness in our minds. Our mind should be content. So how that would be? It's only, Krishna says, possible. Nastir buddhir yuktasya. He says, na asti. The intelligence, if your intelligence is not connected to me, then how can you think of being shantasah kuta sukham? Without peace, there is no happiness. He says, if your intelligence, if you give your mind to me, if you give your intelligence to me, then what happens? You are connected to me. And then you will transcend. What you will transcend is, you will transcend the misery of this world. The misery will be there, but you will transcend it. You will go beyond it. How you go beyond it? With your mind. Your mind will take you away from all this misery. And then what will happen is, Shantasah kuta sukham. You will find peace and you will find happiness. So everywhere in the world, wherever I travel, the only thing everybody asks me is that how we will get peace. I want peace. I want happiness. So it starts from your faith in the Supreme Lord. So your faith in yourself will come if you have faith in Krishna. So your faith actually, your in Supreme Lord will give you the strength to pass over everything in this, all the hurdles of even your studies, the hurdles of stress, anxiety, everything you can cross over. So the only thing that we require in this lifetime is a peaceful mind, and that peaceful mind will come by the meditation. So mind, everything we know always, mind is connected to what? Meditation. When we meditate, the mind becomes calm. The mind becomes peaceful. The mind goes at rest. Mind needs rest. The mind is working all the time. You know, it says in 1 second you can have 60 thoughts at a time in your mind. 60 thoughts at a time. After one another, a thought would keep on coming, keep on coming. They are so fast. But how will you let the mind rest? Mind needs some rest. Otherwise, mind dictates us. Actually, mind is dictating us. We often say we have given power of attorney to our mind. We have given an unlimited power of attorney to our mind. He's got unlimited powers. So mind can degrade us, mind can elevate us. Both the things are in the hand of the mind. And mind is the director of all the senses. Because we are talking about mental awareness, we should be aware of it. That mind is actually dictating all the senses. It's the director. We go to watch a movie, we know there is a director, there is a producer. So mind is actually in our body right now. The mind is the director. It directs our senses, the 5 main senses. And there are the other sub-senses, we call them, like the Jnanendriyas and all these Karmendriyas. The 5 Indriyas, they are the main, we know, the gross elements. So the gross elements are the body is made up of the gross elements. And there is another body in our this body, the gross element ki jo body hai, there is another body in it. That's suksham, subtle body that we cannot see with our eyes. The subtle body is actually holding our soul. Our soul is actually entrapped in this subtle body. And this subtle body is made up of mind, intelligence, and false ego. 3 things make the subtle body. 5 things make the gross body. We all know that. The gross elements, we know the air, water, ether, earth. The 5 elements, they make the body. But there is the subtle body that is made up of 3 elements. And these 3 elements are mind, intelligence, and false ego. And the soul is entrapped in it. Now, when soul is entrapped in it, soul wants to be free. That's why we all say liberation. We want to liberate. We want liberation. We want mukti. So everybody in India actually is aware of the word mukti. We all want mukti. So the mukti for us is again a synonym for peace. We actually believe when there will be mukti, will be liberation, we will be at peace. So Krishna says that, why not be at peace when you're alive? I often joke around when we see somebody has died or something has happened, we say rest in peace. Everybody has a short form now, R.I.P. we write, RIP, rest in peace. Why rest in peace? Why could not he live in peace? Why we want that after death he should live in peace? While living, why not be in peace? So we want to be in peace when we are living, very much alive, very much studying, working, whatever we are doing. We want to be in peace, live in peace. So for living in peace, we have to control our mind, conquer our mind. So as I said, the subtle body is made up of 3 things. That is the false ego, mind, false ego, and intelligence. So these 3 things are entrapping the soul. So mind is the culprit because mind is working 24 hours into 365. It's every day and night it's working and it's guiding us. It's actually dictating us. It's not guiding, it's dictating us. So we have to do something so that it stops dictating us. We start dictating it. Who is we? We is the soul right now that is speaking is the consciousness, my soul. If soul is not there, I cannot speak. So that is the reason that it's proven fact that soul is there, consciousness is there. That is why I am speaking. If there is no consciousness, I won't be able to speak. So consciousness, my soul is more important. Because if it is there, then only I am alive. If it's not there, I am not alive. So the soul actually is entrapped in the subtle body. So when the soul is entrapped in the subtle body, it has to be liberated. And how it can be liberated? It can be only liberated when the mind is actually working under us, under our control. So how we control the mind? Conquer your mind. The Krishna gives the solution to that. He says you can conquer your mind. So how you conquer your mind is with knowledge. With the knowledge of the Supreme. When we have the knowledge, then what happens is we work, knowledge, just not the knowledge, we have to make use of that knowledge. So books are the basis. These scriptures that we have in our holy land of Bharatavarsha, this is Bharatavarsha where we are living. So this is supposed to be the script, it says this is the spiritual capital of the world. You know, India is the spiritual capital for the world. And this holy land has got those scriptures which the world actually consults these scriptures, you know. In all colleges all over the world, psychology colleges, they look towards Bhagavad-Gita and Bhagavatam. They find answers there to teach their children there. That has been proven that the founder Acharya of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada, when he met a professor in Russia, a professor of psychology, he admitted that yes, I consult Bhagavad-Gita to teach my children psychology. So that is why the psychology is what? It's connected to mind. It has all the issues connecting to mind. So psychology is best described by Krishna in the Bhagavad-Gita. So he says how you control your mind is by the knowledge of the Supreme. So when you have your knowledge of the soul, that connects you to the knowledge of the super soul. Super soul is the Param Atma, the supreme power. So we got to have that knowledge, and that knowledge comes from the scriptures and by listening to the acharyas. And that will bring what? That will bring in us the ability to understand our own mind. And then when we understand the mind, we can control it. We give it a higher taste. And so that the lower taste that is there, our mind has been enjoying for so many births, that taste, actually the mind leaves it then. Because we have been enjoying the lower taste. The lower taste is all these vices we have been carrying with us. You know, so many things are common between animals and us. Everything is common. Eating, mating, sleeping, defending. Animals do the same what we do. They also eat, we also eat. Animals mate, human beings mate. Animals sleep, human beings sleep. So defend. Animals defend themselves. Even an ant, it defends itself. You just put your finger before an ant, moving ant, the ant will change the direction. The ant knows there is some danger now. So eating, mating, sleeping, defending, everything is common with animals. So what is there that human beings have that makes them different to the animals? Human beings have wisdom. They can be wise if they choose to. If they don't choose to be wise, they will be like animals. So in this age, actually 99.9% people are living like animals. They just believe in these four things: eating, mating, sleeping, defending. They don't think across that. They don't think that what is there beyond that. They don't know how to be wise. Wise is being above intelligence. You use your intelligence to be wise. Wise is when you know what is wrong and what is right. That is wise. That is wisdom. So it says in the scriptures, Dharamahina Pashubhi Samana. Those who are without the dharma, they are like animals. Now dharma here does not mean that you are Hindu, Muslim or Sikh or Christian. These are all man-made dharmas. The real dharma is where the nature of the Supreme Lord, the instructions of the Supreme Lord, that is the dharma. Dharma means your nature. Like the dharma of the sugar is being sweet. The nature of the sugar is sweet. The dharma of the chili is to be bitter. So likewise, our dharma, the dharma of the human being, is to be serving the Supreme Lord. That is our dharma. Serving the Supreme Lord, serving the Almighty. That is our dharma. So, how do we serve the Supreme Lord? By taking the instructions, by following the instructions. And the instructions say that in Kali Yuga, in every yuga, there have been 4 yugas. So, in every yuga, to go back to Godhead. Our only instruction by the Supreme Lord is come back to me, get connected to me. So, how do we go back to Him? How do we get connected to Him? It's only through how we can get connected to Him is by, in Kali Yuga, it says the meditation. And what meditation? Japa meditation. So, Satyuga Sati, Treta Yuga Yagi, Dwapar Puja Achar, Kali Kevala Nam Adhar. So, there have been 4 yugas. The Satyuga, the cycle of 4 yugas keep on going. As you mentioned that I am a writer now, I've written a book called Vaishnava Teachings in Sikhism. I belong to Sikh faith. I was born and brought up in Sikh faith. And this is, and then I read Bhagavad-Gita, and then I wanted to then write a book called Vaishnava Teachings that I found in the Granth Sahib, the common teachings that are coming up. So I wrote that. So it is there that we in Satyuga, it's written in the Srimad Bhagavatam and it's written in the Granth Sahib even. Satyuga Sati Treta Yuga Yagi Dwapar Puja Achar Kali Kevala Namadhar. So Satyuga, in Satyuga, in every yuga, this is the main reason, main cause for the human life is, the main goal of human life is to go back to Godhead. To achieve liberation means to go back to the Supreme Personality. So how do we go back? How do we strive hard to go back? In Satyuga, it is said that our age was, we may believe it or not, but it's in the scriptures, our age was 1 lakh years. And we could only go back to the Supreme Lord by meditation for thousands of years, not 1 or 2 or few months. It was thousands of years. That is why you read in the scriptures that the rishis and munis, they meditated for 30,000 years, 40,000 years. It was possible in that era. And then came the Treta Yuga. In Treta Yuga, to go back to Godhead, to go back to the Supreme Lord, one had to perform many yagyas. And those yagyas meant pure samagri, pure brahmanas, you have to purely chant the mantras, not recite from the reading from the books, all mentally remembered. They had to be chanted. That is not feasible. Our age was 10,000 years. And then came the Dwapar Yuga. Our age, human age, became 1,000 years. And to achieve God, to go back to Godhead, what one had to do is offer opulent puja, opulent worship of the Supreme Lord. Opulent worship, offering lots and lots of expensive gifts to the Supreme Lord. And that was how one could go back to Godhead. So then came the Kali Yuga, now, this Yuga, where we are. We are born into Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga, Bhagavan, he made it so simple for us. Krishna made it very simple. How he made it simple? He said, only by japa meditation. Satyug, Sati, Treta Yuga, Yagi, Dwapar, Puja, Achar, Kali, Kevala, Nam, Adhar. So Kali Yuga came only the name. Only by chanting the holy name, one could go back to Godhead. Only by japa meditation. Krishna says in Bhagavad-Gita, Japa Yagyasmi. When you chant the holy name, it's me. It's I with you. So to keep our mind controlled, mantra means making your mind, you can control your mind. Mantra. It's made of man plus tra. That's man ko niyantran mein karna. How to control mind? That is by mantra. So mantra meditation is recommended in the Kali Yuga. So when we chant the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, we go back to Godhead. Definitely we will go back. And definitely we will become wise. And definitely we will have a calm mind. Calm mind is needed to make decisions in life. As you all are so young and you have to make lots and lots of decisions in your life. You are just on the threshold of a beautiful life ahead, So you are just growing up. And then what you need is to make very firm and nice decisions. The decisions that will be right for you all. So how will you make them? In a mind that is aggressive, in a mind that is full of anger, a mind that is full of stress, you cannot make the decisions. You cannot make the right decisions. Right decisions can only be made when you are very calm. When your mind is at rest, it's peaceful. So when you are chanting the holy name, your mind will be peaceful. And when your mind is peaceful, the decisions will be perfect. You will make right decisions. And if any imperfection comes also, Krishna will bless you. Krishna gives you the power. He strengthens you that you can take up all the difficulties of life. So you are preparing yourself for a beautiful life ahead. So the life, how it remains beautiful, is in your hands. That is why in the Bhagavad-Gita it is said the destiny is it's in your hands. You see, Bhagavad-Gita teaches us 5 things. I may briefly tell you because I want to take question answers and I think so the time is running very fast. So 5 things Bhagavad-Gita talks about. It talks about the Supreme Lord Himself. It talks about our soul. It talks about the 3 modes of material nature. That's the mode of passion, mode of goodness and mode of ignorance. And it talks about time. Kalka Chakra, we know all. And the 5th thing Bhagavad Gita talks is karma. So karma we all know. And we think that karma, whatever is happening, it has had to happen. It's not that. Yes, it had to happen. But Krishna has given a minute independence to us. He says the karmas can be changed. The other 4 things will remain eternal. They will remain always. But karmas can be changed. So karmas can be changed. How can karmas be changed? Karmas can be changed by your meditation. By the lines on our hands, they can change. Astrology says that. These lines can change. We think, oh, it's written, this is going to happen. No, it can change. You have the power to change. Krishna says, I've given you the independence. And when you do meditation, the things that had to come to trouble you will no longer come. Krishna will protect you. He gives you an armor suit. The knights, when they fight, they used to wear the armor suit. And in the British history, we have heard they used to wear, even in the Indian wars and battles, they wear that iron suits. So when they go on fighting, likewise, we all are in this world. We have got lots of things. We are fighting with our own mind. So how we will get that armor suit so that when we fight with the mind itself, we remain protected. So you remain protected when you chant the holy name, when you have the name with you. So please chant, take to chanting, take to meditation, take to the japa meditation so that your mind becomes peaceful and it rests. And then you can make the best decisions of your life. So I wish you all good luck for your future so that you may all become good human beings and you may chant and give this knowledge to others also. So I would like to take question answers now so that there will be more enlightening it can come. Thank you. So over to, there is a question coming. Ma'am, I'm non-veg, but I want to do japa. Can I? Yes, of course you can. May you be drinking, but I believe that you students don't drink alcohol, but may somebody be drinking, smoking or eating non-veg, they can chant. You just take to chanting and you see it makes wonder. It changes your life. It will start guiding you itself. So please chant the holy name and there is no compulsion what time you have to chant. You can take to any time that is to your convenience. So any time you can chant, in any circumstances you can chant. It's not that we sometimes think the girls cannot chant on those days when they are going through the menstrual cycle. No, you can chant at that time also. Any time you can chant. Chanting has got no restrictions. Yes. Is there any restriction in japa? Not at the moment. When you are beginning, you are going ahead into it, there is no restriction at all. You just have to, as I said, just take to chanting. Chant, there is 108 beads. We do it on the mala, the beads. The beads have got, it's a string of 108 beads. So 108 has got this number is very, very pious, auspicious in our scriptures. So if we chant, take to the counting please. 108 beads make 1 round. So at least chant 3 to 4 rounds a day. It just takes half an hour. When you have a speed, like when you will start chanting, you will gain a speed and then within half an hour or 1 hour maximum, you will be finished with 4 rounds at least. So please chant, give some time to yourself. So is it compulsory to chant in beads? Yes, it is. But as a student, if you want some liberty, you can take a digital counter also. So in the beginning, just to put yourself into a habit, take a digital counter and you can chant. Go for a japa walk. Go for a walk on the beach. Go for a walk in the gardens. Chant there. Chant with the nature. You will feel so regenerated. Your mind will be blissful. You will feel that peace, So give it a try. Any other questions? Yeah, they can unmute and ask, or they have to write and ask.
Madam, I will ask one question.
Yes, yes.
If our student want to learn Bhagavad Gita as our books, syllabus के जैसे पढ़ना है, तो बच्चों को क्या करना पड़ेगा? अभी जैसे हम लोग syllabus पढ़ते हैं, जैसे
I understand.
SY के student, वैसे हमें ना per chapter wise बहुत अच्छे से 6 months, 12 months में भगवद गीता पूरा पढ़ना है. तो हमारे student को क्या करना चाहिए?
If they want to do it, they can. We keep on having some, courses keep on coming up. But if they want, particularly your college students, if they have a good number enough, they want to, they can. We usually have it. I myself handle these also, such courses. So we can do it. I can do it with them if they really are interested. They are keen. So we can think of something and have a meeting, and we can go ahead with this if they really want to do it. I just finished with my group here also. We did a chapter-wise Bhagavad Gita. In pandemic, actually I'm an international traveler preacher. I used to travel a lot, going half the globe every year. But then when pandemic came, so I was restricted to my home. So then I was on social media earlier also, but not that frequent. But then I had no option but to go on social media only. So I made another big group came up. This lady Alka Agarwal, who connected me to you. She is the medium. She got connected to me through the social media. She heard me on YouTube and she got connected to me. And then last 2 years, these people, I have around about 6,000 people that got connected to me on my YouTube subscribers, on my Facebook, on my WhatsApp. I have such numbers. So I did a course with them recently, and they all got connected. They started chanting and their lives changed. They were all actually thinking, actually looking for a way out somewhere, like in pandemic times. What is going to happen? What is happening? Why is this happening? What is the reason behind all this that we are suffering now? So for the answers, I was giving discourses on my social media. They all got connected. So that's the medium Krishna has actually, everything comes for a reason. Nothing comes for like that. So this was maybe the reason Krishna wanted everybody to be aware of that they were forgetting the Lord. So now everybody has actually back connected to the Lord. Everybody wants to get connected. And especially, as you said, that children, they really need it. They should be. They should get connected to the roots. That's very important for the foundation, strong foundation. So you can let me know. We can think about something.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mataji, there are more questions in the chat box.
Mm-hmm.
Is it compulsory to chant in beads?
Yeah, I just replied. It's not that much for the youngsters. They can take to digital counter first. And digital counting they can do. We get a counter clicker. So they can click and keep on counting on that. That can be done for the students. Because later on, beads is a must. Actually, beads is a must. But later on, they can come to the beads also. When they start when they are into a habit of chanting, they can transfer themselves to the beads. Beads is important, equally important. Because all our acharyas, we can see the pictures, they all are carrying beads. So beads are actually very auspicious. And our hands, when we are rolling our fingers on the beads, so it is said that actually we are caressing the lotus feet of the Lord. That is very important. We feel the touch of the Lord. We feel the connectivity, the bond actually. That's how I said now in this Google Meet or Zoom, we got to need the cameras to be on to have a connectivity. Otherwise, the switched off cameras, I don't know who listened to me, what they were listening or not listening. But then when we have a connectivity, we are seeing each other. So there is a connectivity. So likewise, we are not pure enough to see the Lord. But at least when we are chanting, we have that feeling these beads, He is there with us. So that beads become our strength. That's our weapon.
Mataji, next question is, can we read Bhagavad Gita without taking a bath?
Yes, you can read. But it's better if you read after taking a bath. But if you are sometimes we need some answers, So it's not at all no issue. You can read it. In fact, we keep Bhagavad Gitas everywhere. It's not only in the temple room, it's on the bedside, in the car, every room, every place we keep a Bhagavad Gita handy. Because if we have any problem in our mind going on, any turbulation in your mind that, oh, I want an answer to it, I want some query in your mind is going on, just open the Bhagavad Gita randomly, you will get the answer. I have seen it personally, I have experienced it many, many times. You just think of Krishna, just chant his name and open the Bhagavad Gita. There you get the answer. You will
Ma'am,
get the
I am
answer.
also having a question. May I?
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
मैम मतलब बहुत लोग बोलते हैं ऐसा कि जो होता है अच्छे के लिए होता है, बट बहुत बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि हमारे साथ बहुत बुरा हो जाता है, तो क्या वो भी अच्छे के लिए होता है?
हम सोचते हैं वो बुरा हुआ है, पर वो अच्छे के लिए ही होता है. आप बाद में थोड़े दिन बाद आपने देखा होगा कि जो हुआ था वो आप खुद ही अपने मुख से कहते हैं, that was good, it happened, you know. I will tell you a story. That story you may think, oh, it's a Raja King ki story hai. It's not valid in this era, but it's valid all the time. There was a king, you know, and he was actually he had a minister who was his best friend. So he went for a hunting session with his minister, and while hunting, what happened is the king, he lost his little finger. He was aiming, and when he was aiming with a bow and arrow, his little finger, it got chipped off. So a part of it just went off. So he was in a lot of pain. And this minister of his always had a habit of saying, Bhagwan jo karte hain, acha karte hain. Whatever Lord does for the good. And the king got furious. He said, you being my friend, how dare you talk like this? I am in so much pain and you say it's good? What has happened to me? What kind of friend you are? And he was very, very angry. The king got really angry. And when he came back to the kingdom, he put his minister friend into the jail. He threw him in the jail. And now after a few months, the king was all healthy and he went again for hunting. And now when he went for hunting, he lost the men who were following him, his servants, his soldiers. He lost the way into the dense forest and he got separated from them. And when he entered the dense forest, there were some tribals inside. And what they were about to give a sacrifice to their goddess. So now they found a very tall, smart guy, a young guy, the king. And they thought this is a better sacrifice for our Devi, for our goddess. So they got hold of the king. And they took him inside and they had to massage the king before offering him to their goddess. So they were massaging his body and they came out that, oh, his little finger is chipped. They said, oh, we cannot offer you. Your limbs are not complete. We only make the offering when all the limbs are intact. And they let the king go away. Now king rushed back to his kingdom and he straight away went to the prison house where his minister friend was in the jail. So he went to his minister friend and he said, oh, thanks to you, all glories to your Lord that I'm saved today. It's only because of you I'm saved, that you said, oh, whatever the God does, he does for the good. And he said, oh, that was I have been saved. But what is wrong? You have been put into jail by me. You were in the prison for 6 months. But what is good for you, he has done it. He has done no good to you. He put you in a jail. You are his devotee and you always pray to the Lord and you always say whatever he does for good. So the minister friend said, he said, you see, I would have been with you when you went to the forest. And if they would have caught both of us, then what would have happened? Your finger had been chipped off. They would have let you go, but they would have sacrificed me instead of you because I'm okay. So that's why my Supreme Lord protected me also by keeping me here in the prison. And in this prison, I had no issue because a devotee has no problem anywhere. What he only intends is to chant the holy name. So he said, I was very nicely chanting here. I had no issue at all. I had no complaints to the Supreme Lord. I never complained to him. I was so happy being here that I had so much time to chant, so much time to read the scriptures. I was very happy in here. So the king really felt so nice with his friend. He said, you are a true friend. And he hugged his minister. And he said, yes, he embraced him. He said, you are a true friend. A friend who takes us to the Supreme Lord, who introduces us to the Supreme Lord, is our true friend. So this is how whatever God does, it's always been for the good. Even if the corona came, It is actually, some may say those who have lost their family members, those who have lost, it's very tragic, I know. Many people we have lost in Corona. But yet, Krishna has blessed many. Hundreds and millions have been blessed. They have got reconnected to the Supreme Lord. They have been reconnected to their roots. They know, yes, this is a fake life. The life we were leading was fake. That's nothing. Death is the truth of life. So they have actually seen this. The death is the truth of life. So how to lead a good life that we die nicely. We die in a perfect state. That is important. So I believe my answer was pretty long, but I'm sorry I had to give it that way. Haribol. What is the way to the moksha? Yes, this is the way to the moksha. Krishna says this, Sarva dharma paritaje mam ekam shandam vraje aham tam sarpapebhyo mokshyami ma shicha. That is the moksha I'll give you. But you surrender to me. Surrender means giving your mind and intelligence. Surrender means this. When Krishna said to Arjuna, fight in the war. I want you to fight the battle of Kurukshetra. But how will you fight? Give your mind and intelligence to me. Apna man aur buddhi mujhe de do. Krishna said that. Give your mind and intelligence to me. So that's what we have to give. We have to give our mind and intelligence. How we give our mind and intelligence is by instructions, taking the instructions from the Bhagavad-Gita, and mind ko we have to train our mind. We have to conquer our mind. So we have to give our mind to Krishna, and we conquer our mind by japa meditation. So the way to moksha is japa meditation. The way to mukti is japa meditation. कलयुग में यही करना पड़ेगा. भगवान के नाम का जप करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि हमें कहाँ जाना है? भगवत धाम जाना है. भगवान के धाम जाना है, वही मुक्ति है. हरि बोल. हरे कृष्णा. Yes.
Mataji, there's another question. What thought, ma'am, Shri Krishna has about donating?
About donations. Krishna talks about that.
मैम sorry for cutting you, but जिसने ये question पूछा है ना, बहुत अच्छा question है, and he is having his own NGO, so that's why he had asked that question.
Okay. So when we are helping others, that's right. Donations mean helping others. So Krishna talks about in Bhagavad-Gita, the donations in mode of goodness, the donation in mode of passion, mode of even ignorance. So when a donation is made for the upliftment, हम किसी को help करते हैं, उसको दान देते हैं, and plus उसको भगवान से reconnect कर देते हैं. That is the perfect donation. You helped somebody, and in that help you made him chant also and got him connected to the Supreme Lord. That is the best donation one can do. That is the best help one can give. So we just not help by giving clothes and food and the other things. We must give the holy name along with it, so that we are not just helping with their gross body, we are helping with their soul also. The soul needs liberation. So whether you are running an NGO or whether you are just a normal person who is just helping others, just keep in mind that we have to help them to go back to Godhead also, that they should get connected to Krishna, so that that mind becomes peaceful. So body can be at rest with food. पेट की भूख तो मिट सकती है भोजन से, पर जो मन की आत्मा की भूख है उसको भी मिटाना है. That is the real helping. That's the real donation. We should be doing that. Haribol.
Mataji, next.
Yes.
Sorry. Please go ahead. Mataji, next question. Akshay Gopal is asking.
Yes.
Ma'am, I want to go to Vaikunt, and also let me know about Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Gyan Yoga. In short, and please explain it in Hindi, ma'am, if possible.
Okay. So first is इनको वैकुंठ जाना है, तो वैकुंठ के लिए वीज़ा कहाँ से लगेगा? वो वीज़ा कहाँ से लगवाना है? वैकुंठ का वीज़ा भक्ति से लगता है. हम भक्ति करते हैं तो फिर वैकुंठ जाते हैं. यमराज फिर हमें हाथ नहीं लगा सकते. 2 दूत आते हैं. जब मृत्यु आती है तो 2 जीव हैं जो लेने आएंगे. या पाप किए हैं बहुत सारे तो यमदूत आएंगे लेने. अगर भक्ति की है तो विष्णु दूत आएंगे. भगवान अपने दूत भेज देते हैं अगर भक्ति की है, नहीं तो यमदूत आते हैं. और 99.99999% यमदूत आते हैं, क्योंकि हमने भक्ति तो की नहीं, हम पाप का जीवन ही जीते रह गए. ईटिंग, मेटिंग, स्लीपिंग, डिफेंडिंग, यही करते करते मृत्यु आ गई और चले गए। तो हम आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग तो सुनते हैं, हमें आर्ट ऑफ डाइंग सीखना है एक्चुअली। लिविंग तो सब जी रहे हैं, पर कैसा जीना है कि कैसी अच्छी मृत्यु हो, क्योंकि मृत्यु सच्चाई है, जीना झूठ है, हम सब जानते हैं। एक ही सत्य है मृत्यु। तभी जब मृत्यु हो जाती है तब हम मृतक शरीर को सुनाते हैं राम नाम सत्य है। यही उसको जब जीवितता सुनाया होता तो उसकी मृत्यु परफेक्ट होती, फिर उसको लेने विष्णु दूत आते, यमदूत ना आते। तो ये सत्य है, कहीं हम सोचे नहीं ये झूठ है। ये भगवद गीता, भागवतम और इवन इन द ग्रंथ साहिब इट्स रिटन देयर कि यम की फांसी से बचो, यम से बचो। गुरबाणी भी कहती है हर हर जपंत्या कछ कहे न जमकाल। कह रहे हैं हरि का जो नाम जपते हैं उन्हें यमकाल, यमराज हाथ नहीं लगाएगा, यम के दूत नहीं आएंगे हाथ लगाने, जिन्होंने हरि का नाम सारा जीवन जपा है। जो हर दिन भगवान का नाम कुछ समय, कुछ मिनटों के लिए जपते रहे, उनको लेने अंतिम घड़ी में यमदूत नहीं आएंगे, हरि ही आएंगे, हरि के दूत आएंगे। और ये है वैकुंठ का रास्ता। तो कुछ कहे न जमकाल, हर जपंत्या कुछ कहे न जमकाल, कहो नानक मन तन हो सुखिया अंत मिले गोपाल। नानक कहते हैं मन और तन सुखी हो जाएगा, मन भी शांत हो जाएगा, तन की भी जो भूख है वो मिट जाएगी, मन की भी भूख मिट जाएगी, और अंत में गोपाल भगवान मिल जाएंगे, वैकुंठ मिल जाएगा। सो दिस इज द वीजा टू वैकुंठा। एंड अबाउट द भक्ति योगा, योग का अर्थ है जोड़ना, योग का अर्थ है भगवान से जुड़ना, योग होना, दैट इज गेटिंग कनेक्टेड। सो ध्यान योग भगवान अर्जुन को सब समझाते हैं। 6ठे अध्याय में भगवद गीता के कहते हैं, शुरुआत में कर्म योग बता रहे हैं कि कौन सा कर्मा करने से मुझसे जुड़ोगे, कर्म योग। फिर कहते हैं ध्यान योग। अर्जुन, ध्यान योग इस समय के लिए नहीं है, ध्यान योग के लिए बहुत कुछ करना पड़ेगा। कुशा घास का आसन चाहिए और जंगल में वास चाहिए, जो कलयुग में असंभव है। कलयुग में तुम नहीं जा सकते कहीं। Then he comes to Arjuna about the Bhakti Yoga. He says भक्ति से तुम मुझसे जुड़ सकते हो, भक्ति कहीं भी बैठकर कर सकते हो। युक्त वैराग्य को अपनाना है, अपने घर में रहते हुए, परिवार में रहते हुए भक्ति कर सकते हो और मुझसे जुड़ सकते हो। सो भक्ति योग जो है वो सरल है, और भक्ति योग करने से तुम मुझसे कनेक्ट होगे और मेरे धाम लौट आओगे। तो हमें कलयुग में भक्ति योग करना है। आई हैव जस्ट गिवन यू अ वेरी ब्रीफ सिनॉप्सिस। इसको डीपली पूरी भगवद गीता बताती है, समझाती है कि भक्ति योग में क्या क्या करना है, कैसे हम भगवान के प्रति आसक्त हों, कैसे वी सरेंडर टू द सुप्रीम लॉर्ड। सो इट इज़ फॉर एवरी, देन कृष्णा सेज दिस इज़ फॉर एवरीबडी। ये कहीं हम ये सोचें, और हिंदू शब्द है ही नहीं है। सबसे बड़ी बात है कि शास्त्रों में कहीं हिंदू शब्द नहीं है। There is only this word was given by the Arabs because they could not pronounce the word Sindhu. वो सिंधु रिवर के इधर रहते हम लोग हैं, तो हम बन गए हिंदूज। तो हम कौन है? सनातन, हमारा धर्म सनातन है, आर्यवंशी है हम, धर्म सनातन है हमारा, एटर्नल। एक भगवान कहते हैं मैं सबका पिता हूँ, इर्रेस्पेक्टिव ऑफ कास्ट, क्रीड, कलर, जेंडर, मैं सबका पिता हूँ। मैं माता, पिता, पितामह, दादा, सब कुछ हूँ मैं तुम सबका। तो जस्ट लिसन टू मी व्हाट आई एम सेइंग। तो इसीलिए हम हिंदू है ही नहीं, हम तो सनातन है। आत्मा सनातन है, आत्मा का धर्म सनातन है, आत्मा हमेशा रहने वाली है। और भगवान कह रहे हैं मैं सबका हूँ, वासुदेव कुटुंबकम, पूरा विश्व मेरा कुटुंब है, हर जीव मेरा है। किसी से भी हेट्रेड ना करो, सबको प्रेम करो, सबसे किसी से ईर्ष्या मत करो, जस्ट लव एवरीबडी। That's what he says. So we have to give that. And just in brief, I've told you this. And you can just go to the Bhagavad-Gita Yatha Roop by Srila Prabhupada, Bhagavad-Gita as it is. It's very, very simple with every word meaning. There is a meaning with translation is there, all the shlokas. It's very easy to read, but difficult to understand. For understanding, you can always come back and we can have a meet and I can let you know all. So just go ahead, when you will chant, you will be able to understand at least some part of it. Hari Bol. Yes. If you send your phone number, as we can clear our doubts. Yes, Akshay Gopal, I'm always there available on YouTube. I have my channel, YouTube pe Radhika Kripa. Every day in the evening, 5:30, I'm live there. And every morning at 5 a.m. also I'm live. From 5 a.m. to 6:30 in the morning, I'm live on my Zoom session and on my YouTube as well. Where more than 100 people join me every morning for chanting. We do chanting sessions. We do the japa. From 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., we do all chanting. So you can experience that chanting. You can join in on the YouTube tomorrow itself in the morning. And today evening, 5:30, I'll be again on the YouTube. So any queries you have, you can put your in the question box there and they will be taken care of. There is a team of mine that they take out the questions. They will come to me. And if I'm able to read them while the live chat is on, so I sometimes answer there and then. And sometimes I take down the questions and answer in the next session. So we do that. So every day evening 5:30 I'm live on the YouTube channel Radhika Kripa, and every morning 5 a.m. I'm live. So you can come over. So
Anybody has any other questions?
Yes. So
Please write it in the chat box.
or if they want to leave, they must be having classes and all, we can end the session, I think so.
Yes, classes होते हैं बच्चों के क्योंकि there are many students who are
I
from
know.
self-finance.
Yes,
तो उनको भी classes होते हैं.
Yes, yes.
So students, those who have practical, those who want to experience practically japa meditation, they can join madam's YouTube channel and they can learn japa meditation
Yes.
through practical session.
Most welcome.
Students, आपके जो भी questions होंगे आप लोग YouTube पे और मैडम का जो हर दिन होता है मैडम ने जो बताया वहाँ पे जाके आप अटेंड कर सकते हो. You can learn new things, different things,
Most
and which
welcome.
are very very important for our daily life. तो
Yes.
इसके बाद में I will say हमारे जो secretaries है वो अभी vote of thanks की तरफ जाएंगे. एक question लेना है ना और एक
Yeah, you can. I can take one
Yes,
more question. Yes.
If any student want to ask any question, one question हम लेते हैं. उसके बाद हम लोग vote of thanks की तरफ जाएंगे. Any student? ठीक है.
Let's go
मैडम नहीं है
forward.
कोई question.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
we will go for vote of thanks.
Thank you. Yes. please.
Secretaries, over to you.
A very warm and cherished afternoon, everyone present here. It's my honor to admit a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who worked hard to make this session. I express my heartfelt gratitude to our
Your voice is.
Kiran Mane for giving us his precious time. Our speaker, Radhika Kripa Mataji, for her evocation of such great knowledge. Thank you, ma'am. Our program officers, Dr. Rajesh Bombe sir, for giving us an opportunity to reconcile such knowledge. Our secretaries, Isha Patel, Sachin Shukla, Shubham Pandey, for giving us an opportunity to lead this event. Also, we'd like to thank you, Alka Agarwal ma'am, and our senior, Sujit Yadav, for coordinating in this event. Thanking all these volunteers for attending this session. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, ma'am. Whosoever wants to listen to this session again can join ma'am's YouTube channel. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Alka madam. Alka ma'am, we are also thankful to you for your presence. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hope to see you
Yes,
all
Hare-
again soon. All the
Yes.
best in your lives. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you for joining in. So I'm ending the session. We'll meet again at 5:30 in the evening. I can read so many of you have attended. So in the evening, those questions I can see there are. Please put them in the evening session. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Shila Bhagavad-Gita ki jai. God Premanande.